Right, all right, folks. Finally, I get back after 1 week or around 10 days. I stopped because I was sick a little bit, and I'm happy now to get back again and finish the roadmap on our beautiful journey together. Let's get back to our lesson. It's about why should you start with mid-level language like C++. Why we should to start with C++ programming language. All right, first let us ask ourselves a question. What is C++? What is C++? All right. Why C++? C++ is a cross-platform portable language that can be used to create high-performance applications that can be adapted to multiple platforms. So what does this mean? What is mean cross-platform portable language? All right, when you build your core code, using C++ language, what is core code? For example, usually in the applications we have something called three-tier architectures. We build our database layer, and we build our business logic layer, and we build our presentation layer. So when you want to build your core code, for example, mathematical computations or any logic, important logic, when you write it using C++ code, you can integrate it with any technology to run, for example, Android or iOS or Mac or Windows or whatever. So the code of C++, it's cross-platform, which means you can run this code to let your application or program run on any operating system. So I just write one code and I can use it to build Android, Windows, iOS, Mac, whatever. Using C++ code is cross-platform, which is a good feature that you just write one time the code or the basic or the logic code or the business code or the core code of this program, and after that you integrate it with some technologies, and you will have Android application or iOS application or Mac or Windows or whatever. So that's what it was. C++ is cross-platform portable language. That what it means. And C++ is fun and easy to learn. That's true. C++ is not hard as the people say it. C++ is hard, it's complicated. It's not. It's really easy to learn, and it's fun. It's just about some concepts. You should understand them step by step. It's like cumulative learning or education, whatever. So it's easy, and it's not that hard at all as the people say. C++ is the mother of all languages. That's true, because it's strong, and when you build application using C++, the performance it's high, and we'll see later what kind of applications the people or the developer built it before using C++. It supports procedures and OOP programming. That's true. As we said, if you study or you start your journey using Python or Java, you will just directly using OOP programming. And it's not bad, but it's not idle, because you should to know how the people was developed before and programmed before, and put your hands in something called procedure programming, structure programming, function programming. That's it will give you a good hands and a good clue about how to solve problems, to write some algorithms, and a lot of things. It will help you to understand after that even the OOP, because if you jump directly to the OOP, you will feel, a lot of you will feel this field or to be developer programmer, it's hard and it's not for you, or it's not fit for you. For that, it's ideal to start with C++. It will force you to learn the basic and the most important programming concepts. That's true. A lot of concepts and important concepts and huge concepts. What is it? You will know it in future lessons. You will not have it if you start with JavaScript or Python or Java or C. Yeah, it will offer you this concept, but C, it's not support OOP as we said. But for that, it's either to start with C++, because it will give you all or the most important programming concepts that you needed as a beginner in your journey to be a good developer. So C++, it's offer for you these concepts, and it will give you this programming concept. For that, it's idle, and it's better to start with C++. If you learn it very well, you can learn any another programming language in less than 1 month, because the logic and the thinking and the analysis and ability to find a solution, plus the concepts, programming concept that you will get from C++, it's same that you will use it in any another programming language. For example, if you study how to program, not syntax, how to program using programming like C++, you will use the same concepts in other languages, and also you'll be loving on another language because it will be more easy for you. When you study a programming concepts and you take it from language like C++, and after that you switch to Python, for example, or JavaScript, you will just learn the different of the syntax, right? And we will have this experiment in our roadmap when we switch from C++ to C#, and you'll see how it's really easy, and it's just syntax. You will get used about it in 1 or 2 weeks, and all the concepts of programming, it's same. You could use it on any programming language after that, and you will have even more concepts from C++ because a lot of programming languages like Python, JavaScript not offer these concepts. So if you learn it very well, you can learn any programming language in less than 1 month, and that's true. Both C and C++ are considered mid-level languages that are close to hardware and can program and manipulate the underlying hardware resources. C++ and C are mid-level language, and they are so close to hardware, and we say when the language more close to hardware and CPU, its performance it's more high, and the computer respond to it so fast and accept it so fast, and the performance of applications became strong. C and C++ have full control on computer resources such as memory, no automatic memory management. Yeah, in C++, you need to do for yourself, like in everything you will do, allocation and deallocation. There is no memory garbage collector or automatic memory management like in Python and JavaScript. What this mean? This mean when you have automatic memory management like Python and JavaScript, the performance of application it's become slow and low. It's not strong like when you have full control on computer resources such as memory, and there is no automatic memory management in C++, and that's make its application, or when you write application or you build application using C++ with no automatic memory management, the performance of application it becomes so strong and high performance. As we saw and we see here, the mid-level language is C++, and so close to the hardware, and all the time we say when the language is close to hardware, it's more fast, and the speed also it will be more fast. So let's see now what can you do with C++? If you learn C++, if you learn how to program C++, what the things can you do with using C++? All right, C++ you can do design operating system, you can do design database, you can do desktop applications, you can do design compiler programming languages, you can do English applications, you can do game development, you can do medical applications, you can do design web browsers, embedded systems, build enterprise software. Embedded system, you use it in the cars, devices that like televisions and these things. Build enterprise software, like navigation system that you use it in airplanes or simulations or radar processing. As we said, navigations systems like for airplane, 1 millisecond delay, it could kill a lot of people and make a lot of people sad forever. For that, when you want to build enterprise software applications, the default choice it's become C++, by the way. And computations platforms and IDEs as Visual Studio that you use it in next course, and how to program and solve problems and write algorithms on it using IDEs. And there is a lot of IDEs, but we use Visual Studio is the best. So all these things you can build it using programming in C++. So real things done by using C++. Now we will have things people already do it using C++, and things actually we use it in our life or every day, or not every day when we want it. Operating system. Most of the software from Microsoft is developed using C++. Microsoft or software like Windows, it's 65% to 70% of the users around the world, talking about billions, using Microsoft softwares. And application like Windows 95, ME, 98, XP, etc., are written in C++. Look how strong this language. Operating system like Windows, written in C++ or using C++. Apple OS X has some of its parts written in C++. That's what I was talking about it in the previous video or lesson. The programming language are just a tools, and when you want to use these tools, you could do combined between them to build operating system or application for you. For example, here Apple OS X has some of its part, which mean not all of these operating system built in C++, but part of it was using or written in C++. Similarly, some parts of the iPod are also written in C++. iPod, it was a good innovation from Steve Jobs back then. It was also like part of it was also written in C++. Applications. What kind of applications they were written in C++? Adobe and Photoshop, and like most of the applications of Adobe system included Illustrator and Photoshop, etc., building using C++. And this is two strong application and used mostly every day. YouTube that you saw me now from it. Core functions of YouTube are written in C++. As I said, the core functions mean the important logic and important functions that all the application of YouTube handle or rely on it was written in C++. We will know this in future, the functions and procedures and these things. Microsoft Office, like our Microsoft products like Word, Excel, PowerPoint, was written or using C++. Amazon was primarily written in C++. Now C++ is mainly responsible for processing requests. When you request or do orders or do these things on Amazon website, C++ or the codes of the processing request, it's written, and C++ handle these things. And you can see how many requests or processing requests it's happen every minute on Amazon websites around the world, which means when you want a high performance application, web application, mobile application, whatever, C++ is the default choice for these things. All right, what we have else? Browsers like Internet Explorer, Thunderbird, Chrome, Firefox, all of these built using C++. Database, we will have database in this roadmap in course like 15, 16, I don't know when exactly, but we'll have database. Database, it's actually like MySQL and PostgreSQL was built or written in C++. Game engines. A game engine is dedicated software or an architectures or program that developers use for creating games. You know that the games, especially nowadays, it's high performance graphics and it's need high performance and huge graphics, and one delay with the character when you play, it will like let hold the game fail, and gamers, they don't like it, they will not buy it, and they will not use it. So engine games like Unreal Engine, 4A games, Unity, Anora, C4 engine, all these huge engine applications or operating system or applications to build games on it, like Unity especially, and Unreal Engine. It's huge so much for that. When the developer wants to build something like this, they're using C++. Also, IDEs like Visual Studio that we use it in next course to program our code and applications was written and built in C++. What else? Enterprise softwares. Enterprise software is used in developing many enterprise software as well as advanced applications like flight simulations and radar processing. As we said, this simulation that they put the pilot or the trainer inside this simulation to feel that he's really a fly with airplane, and use all these that it's look complicated from the picture and it's beautiful same time. So all of these systems or simulations and radar processing, also you need like a correct information from it around you in the area. It's need a huge and strong programming language like C++. These things was built in using C++ programming language. Compilers and programming languages too, like Python was written in C++. Visual Basic, also Java, JavaScript, PHP, and C#, all of these programming languages are written either in C or C++, right? Embedded system, as you say, cars, flights, medical machine system, and others also built using or written in C++. Libraries, when we required very high level mathematical computations, performance, and speed become important, hence most of the libraries are or use C++ as their core programming language. When you want, as we say, high-level programming language or high-level mathematical computations, performance, and speed, the default choice or idle choice is C++. Most high-level machine language libraries use C++ as a backend. For example, Python libraries, JavaScript libraries, their libraries, they use C++ as a backend. For example, they built these libraries using C++ for these high-level programming languages, or the high-level libraries programming language. C++ is faster than most of the other programming languages and support multi-threading with concurrency. What this mean? Multi-threading with concurrency. For example, when you have application want this application, when you want to build application and you want this application served 1,000 users in same minute, in same second, so in parallel you want them save this client and this client and this user. For example, like when you use WhatsApp or Facebook, or you have your bank application account, a lot of users from their homes, from their phone, just open their bank account to open the application of the bank account of the bank and check their money or whatever. You don't know how many users per second, or even Amazon application and a lot of applications like this. You don't know how many users around the world, especially the huge applications that use it around us in the life. You don't know how many users per second using the same applications. In that time, you need something called multi-threading with concurrency, that it's let the application and serve every customer or user for this application in parallel in same time, and give each one the information that they're looking at in the application in same time separately. When you want to do this application and use application like this, you will not use Python and JavaScript. It's impossible. You will use something, the default choice, it's C++. All right, and banking application, as we said, it's in concurrency. It's become the default choice for banking applications that require multi-threading, concurrency, and high performance. We have like Invoices, Feinkel is popular core banking application that use C++ as a backend programming language. I know if you know this or you don't know it, but it's a huge applications. They're written it using C++. Advanced computation and graphics, like Maya, as we say, this application like Maya, it's C++ is useful in developing an application that requires high performance image processing, real-time physical simulations. Even the games, it's need real-time reaction or real-time processing. When you move the character, you cannot already press X to hit the enemy in the game, and the character still not move his hand or his weapon in a game. This is what we call it real-time process, or physical simulation, that it's react so fast. So in that time we need to use, or we need to have C++ to build that applications and games. So a mobile sensor application that need high performance and speed, like Maya. Maya 3D software from Allied System is developed in C++. I think it's famous, most of you know Maya. And like people that they interesting in these things, not all of you. And it's used for animation, virtual reality, 3D graphics, and environments. You need C++. Cloud and distributed system, cloud storage system. You know that most of the people nowadays, they use iCloud or wherever. All of these systems, it's need a huge, strong language to build these things, because cloud storage systems that are externally used nowadays work closely to the hardware. C++ becomes a default choice for implementing such a system, as in close to hardware. C++ also provides multi-threading support that can build concurrent application and load tolerance. As you said, that when you want to let the users, to let your applications be used by 1 million users in 1 second, 1 month time, you will not write your application using Python or JavaScript. You will use C++. And Bloomberg also, that it's distributed RDB MS relational database management system, also was written while programming written in C, and its development environment and set of libraries are written in C++. Like it was written also in C++ and C. Therefore, when you talk about performance, speed, cross-platform adaptable, and high-level mathematical computations, multi-threading with concurrency, it's C++. When you're talking about these things, when you want these things in your applications, performance, speed, cross-platform, high-level mathematical computations, multi-threading with concurrency, you will use C++. All right, now let us have a fast comparing between why C++ and not C. All right, C with C++. Similarities, both the languages have a similar syntax, grammar, code structure. The combination of both the languages is similar. Both are mid-level languages that are close to hardware, which means fast and can program and can program and manipulate the underlying hardware resources. They are so close to hardware because they are mid-level language, C and C++, and they have also high performance. But let us see the difference between them. Differences is C and C++, between C and C++. C was developed by Dennis between era 1969 and 1973 at AT&T Bell Labs. It's a big company, it exists in America, and even the building is repaired. So C, it's a subset of C++, and C just support, as we say, procedure language, and in the end, after we study the code or we understand or we put our hands how to program using procedure language or function or structure language, we need also to jump to OOP, because most of the companies nowadays, they want us to program, or they want you as a developer to know how to program in OOP. So C is not support OOP, just procedure language. C++ was developed by Perny, and in 1979. C++ is superset of C++. C++, it's bigger. Superset, it's bigger, and it supports also both procedures and OOP. C++ is support both paradigms. It's procedure, functional, structure, and OOP. That's why you should learn C++, not C. It will take the same efforts. Exactly. If you use a C syntax and you get used about it, and you know how to program using C programming language and just support procedure languages or a procedure paradigm, and after that you will switch to C++ to know how to program in OOP. So for that, no need to start with C from the beginning. Start with C++ and it support the same, and you will get used about the syntax from the beginning of C++ and the procedure, function, and structure programming plus OOP. So it will take the same efforts, as I said. All right, why C++ and not Java? Both are great languages. However, it's recommended to start with C++ because C++ support both, as we say, procedure and OOP, and Java just support only OOP. And I don't want you to go to OOP directly, because you will hate the field. You will say it's not for you, this field. It's not, you cannot be programmer, it's hard and something like this, because OOP is a little bit complicated. You need first to understand and program and solve a lot of problems and write a little bit algorithms and data structure and these things using procedure, functional, structure programming. And after that, you go to OOP. So Java is not supported, so it's not idle to start with Java, because it's not support both procedure and OOP. For that, that's why you should start with C++. You will learn all types of programming languages. So let us ask ourselves a question. Will I going to work with C++? That I will go to work with C++? The answer is yes or no. If you found job once a C++ developer or program in C++, you could work in C++. If not, you could work with any programming language before even you know the syntax, but you already know the programming. Because when you know how to program, it doesn't matter the language that you use it or the technology that you use it in the company. And the distance company, they understand this. So maybe you will work in C++, maybe not. But it doesn't mean that if you not work in C++ or with C++, you will not find a job. No, you will find a job, because we're not studying this roadmap syntax of programming language or C++. No, we study a programming. And we said what is the difference between programming and programming languages in the previous lessons and videos. All right. So is it outdated and not used? Because there is a lot of people, they say it's not new. People nowadays use Java, JavaScript, Dart, Flutter, and this is still widely used for high performance system projects, because the big companies, when they build high performance applications, as we say, like navigations or simulations or radar process, all of these things, we still have new versions, devices from these things, embedded system for cars and medical system. We still have new versions from these devices, which means they're still using C++ and low or mid-level languages in these devices and in these applications. It's still widely used for high performance system and projects and games also. As we said, it's need C++, not Python, JavaScript. And remember, if you learn C++, you can learn any other programming languages in no time. That's true. If you learn C++, if you study programming using C++ language, it will give you the most important concepts that you can use it in any other programming language, or maybe even you will not find it, because you will have more concepts and more important concepts that does not even exist in the another high level programming language. But at least you will have it and you will know it, and you will laugh at these new high level languages or script or interpreted languages, because you will know all the important programming concept that it make you a different and strong programmer than the others in this field, right? C++ developer learning Python. When you are a C++ developer already and you want to learn Python, for example, JavaScript, you will be like this guy, Nicolas Cage, relax on the couch and smiling with your sunglasses. But Python developer learning C++, you will be like the same actor, Nicolas Cage, but after he's going after did his action in the movie and he's almost going to die or damaged already. So Python developer learning C++, you will look like this case. You want to be like this case, all of you blood and tired and you don't know what's happening. You can start with Python, and after that you get back C++ or low or mid-level language, whatever, even if it's not C++, you will look like this. But if you learn from the beginning C++ and you after that you want to learn any new or high level programming language, you will be like this, smiling and relaxed, and it will be nothing. So thank you guys for watching. That was the lesson for today and why you should to start your journey as a new developer using C++ programming languages. This is my opinion. I will never change it at all. You should to start from the fundamental things, and we should to always understand the important concept for any field, or in any field you should understand, like a doctor, constructions and building, whatever there is. In every field there is all the time a basic concepts and fundamentals. We should to have them before to change our technology or change our career or field, or we choose where we can work. For example, I'm as a doctor, I should first understand how the human body works generally, and after that I could be like dentist, psychology, whatever. And same in engineering, same in programming. You should to have the fundamentals and the concepts of the programming that it will never give you. Python and JavaScript will never give you this concept. If you want this important concepts, you should to get it from C or C++, and I prefer C++ because it supports both, as we said, precision programming and OOP programming. That was for the lesson of today, and thank you guys. See you next lesson. Ciao.